Hi, it's me, Brembo.
No.
Jeff, were you
Forgot about
expecting
that one,
anything
didn't
else
ya?
from me?
Goddamn. What's your character's version of paradise?
Wow.
Well, I feel like it's, me, the wife, and kids. Yeah. I was already at paradise, so, just
Damn.
send me back there, bud. Except, bring the kids.
It's me. I'm Isaac. I'm pretty sure I'm 25 years old, and I definitely know I can't spell spaghetti right on the first try anytime.
Belter.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
fair.
me,
a
but
hard
with the
one.
word silhouette.
Restaurant? I get restaurant. I don't know why that one's in my brain. It's locked. That is whack. But
That is
I can get
whack.
that one. That seems like a conventional-ish one. That's a pre-vowel shift word. I'll give you a break. And I think Elliot. Well, if you wouldn't interrupt me, motherfucker.
So true. So true.
By the way, I don't think chat can hear you, PT. Just for the record, hey chat, can you hear PT? Because Flam said no.
Well, if Lamb said no, then that is probably correct.
That's wild. No, you don't. No, you don't. They can hear me now.
It's time. It's time. What horrible company are we pretending we're sponsored by now?
No.
Well, actually, no, guys. I watched a video today, and it's
not
absolutely
twice.
wild. And this is just an interest. It is actually an interesting thing I learned today. Steel forges. They have the big smelter bins that they smelt all the iron ore that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime they shut down that furnace, they have to reline the whole thing. Millions and millions of dollars. Which means these things run for years at a time. They were talking about this one. The last time they had this one relined was 2007. It hasn't stopped working. It hasn't been moving tons and tons of iron ore since 2007.
Wow.
Anyways,
that's
that
crazy.
is mind-boggling.
Why do they have to reline them if they turn them off? Do you mean realign? Or do they have to reline the insides?
They have to reline them with the fire brick.
Interesting.
Huh.
I know, right?
I guess maybe it's because of how it cools, they are prone to cracking or something
It would
that.
it would have to be, right? As long as they stay hot.
Yeah, as long as they stay hot, they stay intact, but once they are allowed to cool, they probably crack and the integrity gets messed up. That's fascinating.
Fuck, that put the idea for such a cool dungeon in my head.
Also, the same thing applies for molten salt nuclear reactors, which is a thing that they have on a lot of submarines, because it's a lot easier to do molten salt than water or other ways of moving the heat around. By the way, it's the way they move the heat. It's usually molten salt, maybe molten lead. Sometimes they have a coolant that is liquid at room temperature, but it's unusual. So anyways, once you shut down that reactor, you can't just turn it on because the salt has solidified. And at all times in that reactor's life, it has salt that is liquid around it. What?
Wild.
Anyways. Can PT be heard now? Is that a thing?
I've been able to be heard for 5 minutes probably. The minute you told me, I fixed the problem. I knew immediately what it was. For anybody who wants to know what it was, I was recording RimWorld videos today to edit down, so I had my input turned off because I'm gonna do voiceover story stuff for it.
I'm a little bit bummed out that the age of YouTube, where I could have just made YouTube videos that are me vacuum sealing things, is gone.
Is it?
I think that would have been a bomb channel 20 years ago. 10 years ago.
You say it's gone, but what I think you mean is the day when you could just post that without having to put Subway surfers under it.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Because I was literally on Sunday when I streamed RimWorld, I was like, this is a little slow. I wonder if I should just throw up Subway Surfers in the corner of my stream.
That hurts. That is the
Yeah.
end of content as we know it.
It is.
But anyways,
yes.
I vacuum sealed a banana the other day, and they produced enough air that by the next morning, the bag was all loose and full of. I think it's ethane.
That is
Bananas
insane.
produce ethane as a ripening agent. I know, right?
Yeah. What's Elliot's paradise?
Vacuum sealing bananas.
Thank God. Oh God, I don't know what I would have done without
I'm
that
moving on.
information in my
Next we have
life.
Lyra Dream Shadow, the Kalistar Wizard, played by.
I'm Rosie. I'm a Rosie CS on the internet, and I'm also not confident in my spelling skills. However,
oh bullshit.
what do you mean? I'm bad at spelling. But what's Lyra's paradise? I feel like it's like, cozy place to read with her friends all around her doing like cozy activities, and like someone has taken one of her book recommendations and is like reading it in the corner and then like looking up every so often and talking to her about it. Yeah. That's it.
And then we have Newsin Worldwalker, the Minotaur Sorbarian, played by.
It's me, the Sky Tea. It's interesting. I do think, like, having all her friends around would be really important. I think for her, I don't know if it's still the same. I'm torn because, like, for me it is sort of like, my thought is probably like a simpler life. After all the chaos that has happened for several years. But I kind of feel like she would end up like that old, like the old war people who like retire and then just like never leave the fight. So maybe it'd just be like traveling around at this point, moving from place to place, seeing people that they'd met.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Newsin could wind up broken at the end.
Yes.
So
And then
Newton
last
could
but-
end up walking the world.
I don't
And-
understand.
World
Wind up
Walker.
broken? Is that a change from current state?
Yeah, we're totally not broken yet.
It'll make sense eventually. And then we have Karakarim, the Furbolg Sorcerer from Melania, played by.
Hello, it's Terminian Link VT, and Karak's, I feel, is similar to Newsin's in I don't think that they could sit still for long. They have spent a majority of their life while unconscious very, very still. And I think they, what they want is, all they want is, people that they trust nearby, people that they love, and care for close, and a view that never gets old every morning.
Okay.
Tall order.
Think about your NPCs while I do the recap. Alright, so last week on Bitscrits and Halfwits, they began the process of going and gathering their allies, saying their final goodbyes, meeting who they need to meet before they go. In a week's time, they are going to go to Brester and confront the Star Leone and try and save the world. What else happened? Elliot's brother, the regent of Zrea, dissolved the monarchy. Which technically leaves Elliot as the highest ranking noble in Zrea.
Mom, can we have democracy at home? Democracy at home.
Yeah.
Dissolved monarchy.
Elliot went to the wrong place and went to Stipvale. And I think at the end of the session, you went through the portal to Isenmont, right?
You went
no,
through
we,
a portal
met up
to
with...
an area halfway to
I
Isenmont,
see.
right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the whole
The others are at Isenmont, and a whole bunch of story hooks applied to them that I totally don't know about.
I think you had the biggest story hook applied to you with the whole Alron getting attacked by other gods
He didn't
before you
remember it.
left.
You could have let that go completely under the rug, Sky.
I think that's kind
We
of
brush things under the rug here.
I feel like that's kind
Which
of
is,
an
by the way, my new
important-
favorite emote at work. We react.
I
to
feel
almost
like assuming
brushed
that
under rug.
I feel like assuming I forgot about that is a dangerous miscalculation.
Okay, PT, I have assumed you've forgotten about a great many things, and guess what? You did.
You've died.
So, well, I remember that.
All right.
You know what?
Anyways, I give it, honestly, PT, I give it about 20% odds that you forget about a thing in the very next session. It never comes up again. If you don't mention it, is what I mean to say.
No, that's honestly, that's a fair play. My biggest work, I jokingly told someone that the only reason that after BCH ends, that I'm not just going to spend the next 3 years on this channel rewatching BCH and commenting on it, is because the chat would inherently know how many plot lines I opened and never closed. And that concept horrifies me, because once I start unraveling how many plots I started and never finished, I'm going to have a whole new campaign.
Multiple, I'd say.
Said about
That's
like
kind of fun though. I don't know.
a campaign that like their whole purpose is like wrapping up another campaign's loose ends. You're like, wow, that was some
Well, I
weird
set up
story shit that never got wrapped
like,
up.
listen, we literally never circled back to the guys who blew up the museum, and you know, are run by Elliot's real dad. We just never circled back on that plot.
Yeah, you just left him. You were
I
like,
did.
yeah, that's. Elliot's
Listen,
got
he
a
told
dad.
Elliot-
Nobody cares about him.
He told Elliot that he just wanted him to know that he was there, and if he needed to talk, he could, and then we just never came back to it. So,
I mean, let's be
Yep.
real.
Sounds like a dad.
People who blow up a museum, the world literally, and one of these takes precedent in the mind.
I mean, honestly, I feel
Also,
like the biggest twist
They
of that
blew
whole
up
thing was
his uncle's museum,
Yeah.
which like uncle was kind of in on it, but
I know.
Elliot
I feel like
nodded
that
out
was
the
the
whole
bigger
movie
twist in that
museum.
situation, was finding out your uncle was in on it.
Yep.
Mhm.
There we go. My PNG is now goose snoozing.
Bring it
as
up,
God
Isaac. You
intended.
know you want to. What is Flam talking about?
nothing.
Is Flam ratting you out right now?
Flam always rats me at every
Sold out
opportunity, Flam
live?
tries to
What
rat
did
me
you
out.
do?
What?
What's in your
What about
mouth?
Right now, Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
Since I
hell
started
yeah.
working
Oh.
from home, my Diet Dr. Pepper budget has exploded. It's ungood
Mhm.
for my wallet. I mean, it was the same when I worked at the office. It just now I'm
It
All
was
right.
having to
free
pay
at the
for it.
office. Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
as you are all standing in Orla Dream Shadow's foyer in Eisenmont, the floor rips open.
Nope.
No, what do you
I
mean
was
no?
dropped out halfway there because that was the closest I ever got to Eisenmont in the
Mhm.
airship.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you're so
Elliot
fucking
was
right.
On their way
Fucking
here.
flying the rest of the way.
Yeah,
But if
so
you want to pick up there, that's perfect for me.
if I want to pick up with them so you can figure out what the fuck you're gonna do.
No, me on a Pegasus starting the flight there.
Well, you start on yeah, okay. You start the flight there.
Well, I have
Do you
a-
know how to
wait,
get to
I have a thing to
Eisenmont?
say, though.
Roll
Yes.
survival.
Oh, you bastard! I cast Fireball.
On God.
You're about a minute
I
and
cast
40 seconds
Fireball.
late from when you told chat you were gonna
what?
cast Fireball.
Well, I know because somebody, me, was ranting on about Diet Dr. Pepper.
I rant about Diet Dr. Pepper.
Anyways,
too, so.
are you flying to Eisenmont?
After I cast Fireball, I am.
What are you casting Fireball on? You're
The
in a
nearby
fucking
woods.
forest.
The woods. Then I put it out, and then I go to Eisenmont.
How are you putting it out?
Prestidigitation, but like a lot of it.
It is a 30-foot thing in an old-growth forest. That's not gonna work the way you want it to.
Here, wait, I got spells. Give me a second. Just
He
have to open the
blows
game.
really. He's a werewolf. He can huff and he can puff and he can blow the fire out.
That's so
Yeah, I don't
true.
think that's how the story went. I don't think he had...
I'm pretty sure they They blew down sticks and wood and then got stopped by brick.
I
Also just
think
cast-
Yeah, thank God there's
Go
no
on.
bricks.
I
in
think
the
my
forest.
favorite thing is that Elliot literally ran away from a bunch of gods and then lit the woods on fire so they knew where he went.
Nah, he wouldn't light the woods on fire. He'd shoot it straight up so that it's like a
A flare?
What do you
Oh
call
my
it?
god,
A
even
flare?
better. So it's just localized.
yeah, it's a flare. Let's go.
Or are you really just flaring a fireball and flying off?
I made a promise to cast fireball, and I sure did. Boss.
Okay, mark the spell slot.
Anyways, well, I did.
All right. Well,
That being said, what day is it? Did we?
Well, so we
took a
stayed
long
up-
rest after the bar crawl, right?
No, we
Nope.
sure did not.
Nope.
No,
Alright,
we
well,
have not slept
carry on, I
since
guess.
the bar crawl.
Doesn't that mean everyone should? Never mind. I'll say it. I've already started. Shouldn't everyone have a layer of exhaustion? Level.
Level. Oh,
I like the concept that exhaustion is
Is
like clothes,
layers.
and you can layer it on top of yourself.
And then you take it off when you
Mhm.
sleep.
It's perfect.
It's
a
like
perfect-
weighted blankets, and the more weighted blankets you get, the less able you are to get out of bed.
You know, that's me every morning.
Yeah. it's a
I
mood.
personally suffer from 3 levels of exhaustion when it gets really cold.
Mhm.
that's
I moved
true.
my
You
bed
do.
closer to the window because I like the cold. It has been too warm in this building, and I understand I own the building and I can adjust the thermostat.
You
But my
can.
roommate gets too cold, so I just left it and opened a window by me.
you're very nice for doing that. My roommates are both wanting it freezing all the time.
Well, I'm a sane and rational human person who cares about people. So
Define freezing.
He's gonna be like 78 degrees.
No, they keep it at 60 when we're not there and 65 when we are.
Oh, that is a little chilly.
Yeah.
I think
shit,
I'm at
mine-
like 68 right now.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
my house
mine is
is...
set to 73, but
Wow, or you do keep it warm. We keep ours between 65 and like 68 usually. I think it's at 65 right now, but that's because both of us work on the second floor, so and it's way warmer up here. It's like 5 degrees warmer on the second
Yeah.
floor than it is on the lower level, so
We keep ours at between 70 and 72, simply because my apartment has fuck all insulation.
yeah, we also
Hey,
have carpet
guys.
everywhere, so it stays warmer.
I would
This
say
thing
that
reminds me of,
Lyra's
like, weird murder room that I have.
I'm sorry, you have a murder room?
Well, my whole basement is finished except for this one concrete box
Uh-huh.
that is like under my stairs to the front of my house.
We're just gonna let them work through that real quick. Anyways, chat. We'll be back with the regularly scheduled game as soon as I find out about the murder room.
I'm so glad that you put the room with the ghost in it. Like, you put your soft drinks in there so they can be ghost
Well, yeah.
chilled.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Phantom Chilled is by far the best. Chilled
you know,
type.
I did
Dungeon
not
she
know
bought us
that.
welcome.
I have never had phantom chilled drinks personally.
You know who
Well, my
hasn't
house-
either? Lyra's mom. So you guys were all in her living room.
That was the worst segue, but I'll let it be.
You'll
I like
let
that
it
we
be?
didn't have to ask about any characters. And, like paradises.
I know, right?
That's
I had
okay.
a good one this week too.
Wait, so
but
the floor
Fine,
just fell out from
asked.
under us? Is that what happened?
Brando, character.
What?
Lyra's dad.
With Lyra's mom. Elliot, character.
well, I had just a clarifying question about what an NPC is. 'cause it's just an
Motherfucker.
character.
You pedantic.
What? Who? Who?
Well- Flam's kind of a character, and she's not playing, so Flam.
Oh my god, Clem! Clem's in this world.
Clem doesn't know what paradise is because they're currently stuck in a perpetual hell. Next
Damn.
character. Lyra. Who?
Acceptable response. Carry on.
That cool little scarecrow guy we met last time.
Oh.
Grimshaw!
I love
I want to know this
Grimshaw.
too.
Bo Kalis. Next.
Also, Flam says Clem's paradise is with Ness, so nah.
Alright.
Lamb.
Newsen.
I want to know Bathos.
Oh fuck, farm life.
You know, fair enough.
All of Newson's like military rivals and friends and mentors just want to be farmers.
Yeah.
Grok, NPC.
Velkenbara before they died.
A world without gods. He never achieved it.
I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Instrumental in his death. Okay, so yeah, no, you guys are all in Orla Dream Shadow's foyer. Lyra, your mom, as you know. I decided to finally start using her name at the end of the campaign.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of whack because, like,
It kind of doesn't fit her anymore. I don't know.
Lady Dream Shadow is way better.
Lady Dream Shadow, you're all in Lady Dream Shadow's house. The floor does not open up in front of you because Elliot never made it here. You're just all sitting here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did anybody else get a note with their magic item?
No?
Nope.
Oh, that's weird. Karok's just holding a note that they got from Mog.
Is it important? Is it like
I mean, they
your-
just
your
kind of
item-
they told me what it does.
Oh.
And I'm kind of confused because I'm not really sure what it means, but it definitely seems like it definitely seems like it's going to be useful.
Oh, nice. I'm sure
Yeah.
I'll figure it out along the way.
Yeah, I mean that's how we do most of the things here, right?
Yeah.
Kind of figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do a live. Fuck it.
Well, you can only do it alive.
That's not true. Hell is real.
Just gonna put that in the back of the brain for later. Mm-hmm. Good to know. Good to know.
I mean, you know,
I mean,
Elliot.
Newson is contractually obligated to participate
Exactly.
in her health.
I was literally just about to say I am contractually obligated to settle Elliot's fights with fucking Alron for the rest of existence. So I'm definitely gonna be doing it dead at some point.
You know,
I don't
true. True.
Ephraim's just sitting at the table and he goes, unless they bring you back to life and then kill you after.
That would be a really messed up way to settle arguments.
I guess. I
Just
mean, we didn't really
bringing back-
specify, so
Bringing back the same person over and over, but like actually going through the trouble of bringing them back to life and then killing them right at not even gonna let them enjoy life for a little bit before they go back.
I don't know why either of them would like waste the time to bring me back to life to do all that. But you know,
We're talking about the same people, right?
Yeah, I hate to say this.
You say
like,
waste of time like these aren't the let's make an entrance people in our friend group.
I hate to say this, but like sometimes Elliot can be a bit petty.
you're
Like,
not wrong.
Yeah, why would they do?
Look,
Why would
you
they?
need to ignore Twitch chat right now. I don't know this playing into the pettiness argument.
Anyways, yeah. If you think that they wouldn't bring you back to life or use an excessive amount of magic, I would just like to ask you how Zoraya's Harbor looks right now.
Yeah, that's one of the primary examples that's in my brain.
Big words
Yeah,
coming from
the
you,
city of
tidal wave.
Zoria exists. For the record.
In my defense, that technically wasn't me.
Yeah, we were fighting a war. You don't really need a defense.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
The other option was everyone we knew gets like their emotions ripped out of them,
Yeah.
turned into horrifying amalgamation creatures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I much prefer you all when you have your emotions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I am partial to having emotions as well,
Mhm.
generally speaking.
Yeah.
Gonna have to use some big ones considering we have, what, a week left to use them?
I mean,
Well-
worst case scenario a week, best case scenario.
Forever.
When you say worst case scenario week, best case scenario, Ephraim just looks at all of you with a look that you can tell just says, when have we ever had a best case scenario?
All the time. We're not dead yet.
We
We're
still have all
not.
our emotions right now.
We succeed at things a lot.
You do.
Sometimes.
Well, this seems like I mean, I feel like you just need to prioritize not dying and things should be fine. I feel like that should be everyone's priority, ideally. Well, except for Astral Leone. It would be nice if he prioritized dying.
Does he know how to die?
No, but we're gonna teach him.
He's about to find out.
Yeah.
Everybody can learn eventually. That
I
sounds
don't
a
know.
lot
I
more-
guess maybe he's died? I guess he's pretended to die at least.
But if he has, we will remind him what it's like.
I mean, pretending to do something is the first step to actually doing it, probably.
Yeah.
You pretend you're good at stuff until you're actually good at stuff.
If you pretend you're good at not dying, typically you die. I'm just gonna point that out there.
True.
With that mindset, you get tabletop by your dog.
Motherfucker. I know who's not surviving the finale.
Can't believe PT's picking favorites. Wow.
More like I'm
Whoa.
picking
It's not
least
the first
favorites.
time.
So you're saying that the world's most perfect man isn't your favorite?
You mean
I
the
guess
world's
not,
most perfect
apparently.
I mean,
traitor?
that seems right. That's so true. I think you lose your title.
I mean, was I still not the perfect man to somebody?
I don't know. If Lyra goes into the book and pulls up list of famous traitors, it's Benedict Arnold, and right below it, Llewellyn Boldspeaker.
Damn.
Wow.
The person who's betrayed.
Canon in
The person.
canon in
They are because Nom told everyone about the revolution.
Got him.
Ideal.
I am within the canon.
I'm just
Oh my
glad that
God.
you finally started picking favorites within the player cast instead of just the NPCs that are your favorites.
I've always had. Well, I'm not. I'm actually not going to say I've always had favorites in the party, but I've always had characters that. I will say this: I've always had one or two of you that I focus on at any given time. You all have your individual arcs.
Well, yeah, I don't think that's picking favorites. I think that's like
That's balancing a story.
how D&D goes generally.
I mean, that's so fair. You're right. I'm not picking favorites. All of you are my favorite, and I will kill you equally.
Yay!
Yay.
Anyways, what are you guys doing? You're in Isenmont. Everyone is here. Lyra, you have been berated by your mother.
Yes. And now she's gonna be like, so anyway, so we're gonna like die in a week. Or like, probably hopefully not, but we're gonna try to fight this thing in a week. So yeah, what's been going on here?
Oh, we're getting all the guards ready to go fight this thing in a week.
Perfect.
You
Cool.
didn't think I was going to
is
let
there
a
anything
daughter
fun
of
to
mine
do
march
around
into
here?
combat. Yes, there is something to do. I have a set of armor to give you.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
It is my family armor, not your father's.
Oh. That's kind of exciting. Where is it?
Follow me. And she turns around and walks into the next room.
Would you like me to get dinner started?
She kind of looks back into the room and goes, Mr. Boldspeaker,
Yes.
perhaps for once you should just allow yourself to relax and not do something.
But I relax best in the kitchen.
Let your hair down.
Like at that instinct, Lewin's just gonna undo his body. He's just gonna lay on the floor.
As you lay on the
stomach growl.
As you lay on the floor, it's not really visible, but I want Lyra to give me a perception check, actually.
Okay.
Lulin, you feel the wood kind of contour to you as you lay on the floor. Lyra does not see shit all.
What a classic
That's pretty
decision,
classic,
having
yeah.
Lyra make a save.
Yeah.
Love it.
Anyways, Lyra, you follow your mother into the next room, and she pushes aside a small children's bed. You see that she's moved your childhood bedroom into a different room, and is now using the old one as a storage room. This room used to be your father's office. And she pulls up what's the fucking word up? Trapdoor. Oh my god.
And she pulls up, oh my god.
No, the word trapdoor took me for a fucking loop.
That's fair.
And leads you down a stone staircase. Is anybody else going? Or just Lyra?
Were we invited to go?
It was left ambiguous.
Hey guys, come see my cool new armor.
Sure, why not?
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like a family thing,
I don't
you know.
Unless Laura's mom gives her a dirty look, she's gonna say that.
She gives you a thoughtful look. And then leads you down the stairs.
Man's really laying into the ambiguity. Love it. Hop off.
She leads you down this set of winding stone stairs, spiral staircase, for you probably go 20 or 30 feet below the ground. It's a long staircase down. Before it opens to a room with a very similar kind of runic design to the hidden room beneath your house in Apud. As she walks up and holds her hand out, as you watch the runes begin to glow, and the door begins to unwind, behind which, Lyra, is a room that looks like it hasn't been opened in hundreds of years.
Whoa, how old is this?
What was that, darling?
How old? How old is this?
This is where me and your father buried our equipment after the hedge wars.
Do I know how long ago the hedge wars were?
About 1,200 years.
Oh
Rock
wow,
knows
okay,
how
that's a
long
lot
ago it
older
was.
than I thought.
Karag knows how long ago it was.
And as she leads you in, you see that a lot of what is clearly their equipment are like tomes of books that have been carefully preserved and like locked up, and like notes and alchemical concoctions, and a flower that you recognize that you would need to use to make a hair growth potion.
I'm taking that. Taking that. Can I have this?
Oh, sure, darling, I suppose. Yes. But most importantly, on the far side of the room is what almost appears to be like a school uniform, like just a very like bland, like unisex uniform, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But as you get closer to it, Lyra, you see that there's almost what looks like threads of magic woven through it.
Oh wow, this is beautiful. Can I touch it?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Of course you
She's
can.
asking her mom.
Oh, of course you can.
Okay. Lyra's gonna like touch it and try to see what's going on with
As you touch it, you feel it pull on something. You feel it pull on your magic.
In a good way or a bad way?
Just in an interactive way.
Okay.
Almost like it's like reading your magic, so to speak. Like almost a draw, like if you wanted to give it more, you could.
Lyra's gonna be like, hello, armor. Would you like to taste my magic? I'm just gonna let it have a little more.
As you let it have a little more, those threads running throughout, and Newson, this is about time that you and Karak make it to the bottom of the stairs. As you touch it and you push this magic in, you watch these teal threads run throughout the uniform.
Ooh, pretty.
A very familiar magical color.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Wait, so this is mine? I can have it?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. She's gonna grab it.
As you pick it up, well, I guess, are you trying to attune to it right now?
Well, that'll take a little while, won't it?
Takes an hour, I think, usually to attune to things.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was overnight, but I could be wrong.
We've done it a variety of different ways throughout just this
Okay.
campaign, so.
Sure, I'll try and attune to it now.
Alright, everybody but Rosie, mute me up real quick. Because Rosie will still be talking out loud.
Okay.
You're muted.
Lyra, as you pick this up and begin to attune to it, you find yourself in your mind space. Just snapped there suddenly.
Okay. Is my dad here?
Your dad is not there.
Oh.
Sitting there on the far side of the room, almost looking like they're caged there, like they don't look comfortable, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is what appears to be like, it's almost child-sized, but it's just kind of this glowing ethereal white light.
And it seems caged?
It's kind of crouched like it's in a cage, but you can't see anything.
Huh, can I like sort of approach it and kind of get low, you know, be like, hey, are you okay? What are you?
As you take a step forward and say, hey, its eyes snap up to you, and almost as if you're feeling it, you feel yourself pulled around to the other side, almost as if you're changing positions with it, right?
Oh.
As it grows to this immense size before you, now fully looking like an adult, but its head is hundreds of times larger than you as you find yourself kind of crouched, clutching your knees as it looks down at you. And it hasn't said a thing yet.
Huh. Can I sort of like, is it close enough to me to touch? Like, can I like reach out and try to touch it?
You could reach out and try to touch it.
Okay.
And when you do, roll me insight.
Okay. 12.
As you reach out and hold your hand out, this massive glowing ethereal figure before you leans its head down. Music is a bit loud over quiet, Rosie. Okay, 1 second. Alright. As you touch it, you see flashes of memories. This is your family's spirit. This is the spirit bound to your Kalishtar line. A spirit inherently tied to divinity itself and the realm where thoughts exist. And this is a spirit that that abandoned your family like the rest of the Kalishtar spirits. And you're seeing all of this as memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Abandoned your family line when Velkin began the Hedge Wars. Because the spirits would not assist in fighting a war that was based on hatred. And it feels like, as you touch this, that the spirit is reading your intentions. So I have a very simple question for you. Is Lyra doing this at all because she is angry? Are there negative emotions driving Lyra to this final goal?
I think there's not anger, but there probably is quite a bit of like fear, like she doesn't want.
If you had to
and
tell
also,
me the
I'm probably a
top
little
3
bit
emotions she's feeling.
Ooh. I think fear is up there, like for her family, for her friends, for the end of the world. And I'm struggling with number 2. And I think probably number 2 is sort of like some kind of like determination, like, well, we have to do this. Like, this is our only option to like save everybody, like who else is gonna do it? So there's a bit of like, well, we have to, like there's no other choice. And then third, I think, is like hope. Like, I think she's like, maybe we can do this. But I think throughout all of this, there is like an undercurrent of a little bit of selfishness, because it's not that she's not super motivated by like good for the whole world, but she's very much like, my friends and family are gonna die if I don't do this, and that's like her biggest motivator behind this, rather than like
So
some lofty goal.
As the spirit observes your emotions, it begins to shrink down as you begin to rise until you're standing eye to eye with each other, and it looks like you, and you distinctly sense all of these emotions you feel as it's almost playing them back at you. And you feel that selfishness as it reflects back on you. Before you hear...
She winces a little bit, and it's like, oh, yeah.
When you wince, you hear, in a voice that is eerily similar to yours, but also eerily similar to your mother's, and eerily similar to Velkin's, and eerily similar to what you can imagine are hundreds of voices of your ancestors. To want is not bad, as long as you want for others. You think you want them to live because you are selfish, but you want them to live because you care, yes?
I mean, of course, yeah. I just think it's a little bit selfish to, like, I feel like I should care about the world more, but I just, I care about them more than the world.
Are you ready to truly unlock your family's magic?
I guess so. Now or never.
I am happy that your family was able to be redeemed. And it is my pleasure to rejoin it. As this form kind of shifts, Rosie, as it turns and it almost merges with you. Alright, I'm going to tell everyone to unmute me so I can describe what they all see. On the outside. Just for you, Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
While you are looking at a creature, it cannot charm, frighten, or deceive you.
Whoa, deceive? Not even deceive me?
Creatures that you are looking at cannot lie to you.
Whoa. Okay.
Because the true power of your family is that once upon a time, they were empaths. Bound to their Kalishtar spirits.
Wow.
Lost when, as you saw in the memory, when Velkin cared so much about the feelings he felt around him that he made the wrong decisions. Alright, let's tell
I am gonna need the list. somewhere.
Of what? The 3 things you can't be?
Yeah.
You just want me to tell you can write them down real quick?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't have anything handy to write them down with.
Charmed. Frightened.
Okay.
Deceived.
Okay. So, thank you.
All right. So Karak and Nuzin, as you're watching, Lyra picks this up and kind of closes her eyes. And as you're watching, you see this kind of these 2 colors running over the fabric. There's the teal that you recognize from Velkambara, but beneath it, smaller, almost on the edges, there's this almost sunny glow yellow floating around near it. After about 10 seconds, there's just kind of this shimmering flash, and Lyra is no longer holding the armor, she's now wearing it. As you see that this teal color from right over Lyra's heart is being pushed out by this yellow light. As the yellow finally settles in the threads and fades away. And Lyra opens her eyes.
Whoa, guys, that was crazy. I think I need to sit down for a minute. Just kind of
Understandable.
plonks down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your mother's gonna walk over and just kneel next to you and put a hand on your shoulder. You see tears kind of welling at the corners of her eyes.
Did you know that was gonna happen?
You did it. You brought them back.
I guess so. Do they have a name?
Taro.
Taro. Sorry, can you repeat the name?
You had it right.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Whoa. That's crazy. And I think Lyra's still kind of reeling and just like sitting on the floor.
All right.
Newsom just kind of leans over to Karak and is like, "Do you understand what's happening?"
Not really. When I
Karak, roll history.
You know, that's a good point. I probably should.
Yeah, you might actually.
You do.
I might actually.
Newsom's like standing man emoji.
All right, let's hope. That is a 11.
No, you probably
Actually-
wouldn't know about this, son.
Actually, do you mind if I use my inspiration you gave me?
You absolutely can. I will message you.
So do you know anything? Do you understand what's going on here? Because I'm lost.
More than I should, honestly. It's nice to know that they're not gone.
Did I miss something?
No, you wouldn't have been around for it. It's that.
I think that inherently means that she missed something, Karak.
I was gonna
I mean,
say.
can you really miss something if you didn't exist at that time? Like,
I don't know, I miss low housing rates.
housing rates?
Okay.
Ever since the elves moved in.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, I don't know what's going on, but I'm happy if you're happy.
short answer: family spirits have come back.
Okay, so it was like, I think Lyra's like coming back. She's like, okay, so it's crazy. There was like this big guy, or well, first he was a little guy, and then he was like a big guy, and then it was like, how do you feel? Are you like, good? And I'm like, well, I don't know. But then he was like, I think you are, and it was like, and then we like kind of became one person. Anyway, that's kind of what happened.
Honestly, it seems like you had a much better experience attuning to that armor than I had with my. I probably need to reattune to this thing. Oh right.
Crazy.
Oh okay. Miss Stream Shadow, do you happen to have a room anywhere with drains? Because last time I attuned to my armor, a lot of salt water was involved, and I would hate to ruin anything in your lovely home.
What would you have done that would cause you to reattune to it? Have you unattuned to it?
Well, I mean, I gave it to our friend Mog, and they made some adjustments, and I'm not sure if I have to.
You gave it to the bird.
Yeah, we all gave our magic items to the bird.
Yes.
She turns and looks at Lyra.
They gave me,
You
They
too?
gave me a note. They gave me a note about what it does, and now that I think about it,
What did he give you?
It back, but better. It was cool.
Let me see it.
We're friends. Okay. Okay. Here's a book.
She begins paging through it like a professor critiquing an assignment.
Don't put red pen on it. It's fine.
he's a very good friend. Well, but
His
he's a good friend to me.
His formulas are wrong, but he did it in such a way that he still arrived at the correct spell. She just closes the book and hands it back to you.
What happens if you arrive at the wrong spell?
All manner of things.
Mm-hmm. But yes, now that I think about it, would I still require? Because and Karak like pulls out the note that like they got from Mog and hands it to Miss Dream Shadow. It's like, I don't really quite understand what they mean by all of this. This armor used to be more watery and oceany, and now they've done something with it.
She takes one look at the note and then hands it back to you and says, "I'm sorry, I don't read Sylvan."
Oh, huh. You know, I forget that I'm one of the few people in this group that can. Doesn't come up as often as you'd expect. I guess I can read it out. One sec. Totally don't have it like 2 messages back. They said they infused some other god essences into it that they had left over, and it used to control the waves of the ocean and water and such, and now it should be able to control waves of magic in a similar way.
Magical tidal wave? That sounds concerning.
I'm still new to all of this, so my magic came from somewhere else, and now it's innate.
Can you destroy a city with a magical tidal wave?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh yeah, big time.
Of course you can. Well, if it is a new magical invention that we are testing the limits of, you should all follow me.
Oh, fun. It's not often we get to actually test stuff out and it not be...
Lyra, have you not told your friends the history of both our illustrious family and our illustrious civilization?
Well, I guess Karak's kind of new.
I've only been here for like 3 weeks, and a fair bit of that they weren't exactly around.
Yeah.
They were fine.
You see, in Stipvale, we had this thing called the Inventatorium, And it's like
Uh-huh.
basically you like are fusing like mechanics and magic, and you're making something really cool. And if you win, you get to like be the prime minister, basically. It's really cool.
But then,
Sounds really cool.
the last time we were here for it, it was real bad, so.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't good actually. Actually, none of the ones. Well, yeah. Actually, I had distinctly bad experiences at them, but
Yeah.
it's a cool idea.
Yes.
It sounds neat.
Well, the point was that we did not run them for several years because of numerous wars and then the Arcanophage, which we have been lucky enough to keep isolated in Isenmont. As she leads you outside the house for the first time and is almost hit by a Pegasus.
Oh my god.
Oh.
He's going.
Elliot hit
He doesn't
and
know
run.
where he's going in town. So he's going through town. Till he sees somebody who's important.
You almost run over somebody who's important as they step out of the front door of their house.
But the fact that I didn't means that I probably didn't see it.
You did. You saw her just in time. You're not sure what made Shadow Gleam stop. You or the glare she gave him.
Go around, quickly go around.
Young Baron Burning Oak.
Not that young.
That's
Could have
perfect.
been a
And
human. Then I'd have a midlife crisis around now.
Krok's gonna.
Yes, well,
pull
to a
out the-
Kalishtar, you're a child.
Yeah, well, to most people, I'm a child. What was that, Karok?
Mog sent back all of our items, and he pulls out like the deck of
About
cards
time.
that you left with him. We're actually about to test some of them. Apparently, it's going to be nice to actually know what things
Oh
are
no,
capable of
just
before
yours,
you-
darling. That's 800-year-old enchanted armor that the bird has gone and made changes to. I'm very intrigued to know what it does.
You know, true. This is going to be fun.
Now, Elliot, will you be joining us? Shall I have Ephraim come stable your horse?
Yeah, so long as I can also have Ephraim get some reservations at a nice place to eat downtown for the evening.
Why? Are you saying my cooking's unpalatable?
I don't know that you've ever cooked in your life.
Ooh.
I don't know that you should question all the meals you've had at my home. The next one might be less palatable.
You were always sitting at the table while meals were served.
Served, not cooked.
Did you cook many meals?
No, I did not. You're just going to turn and walk away. And she says, Ephraim, his horse, as Ephraim just walks up and gives you a look like, why would you make her mad? What is wrong with you?
Elliot, I have a question for you.
Do you mind cooking a restaurant? What? Sorry, what? Yes.
Would you, because of the godly deal that you, me, and Alron made, would you use the magical resources to bring me back to life to solve your problems and then kill me again? Or would you just yoink my spirit out of wherever I go when I die to solve your problems?
Well, if I understood the contract correctly, it just sort of brings your soul into whatever dealing. Oh, I hope we don't have a disagreement before you die. That could be problematic.
I mean, you
See,
guys had already had that, but you all happened to already be near Newson when it happened. Ugh.
Oh my god, Newson's, they're both gods. Newson's living a happy life, and Newson dies of natural causes because they have a disagreement, just rips her soul out of her body.
Nope.
Maybe stay close if we ever, in case we have a disagreement.
Oh man. I can't believe I have to be your third wheel.
I mean, it wasn't my idea. Whose idea was it?
Ephraim
that's
looks at
right.
you, Newson, and he just goes, it's not a great spot, but you'll get used to it.
Ugh. I'm gonna need pointers, I guess.
I don't know, just let him flirt and move on with your day. And he takes Shadow Gleam and just starts leading him to the side of the house.
Well, there you go, I guess.
You should have been here, Elliot. There was a scarecrow, and then they had a mailbag.
Oh,
what is Elliot's reaction to that being said in front of him?
A scarecrow?
A giant 12-foot scarecrow
12
with
feet
a
tall.
mailbox.
Yeah.
With a mailbag.
Can I talk to one of the rational ones? Lyra, what is
So
he talking
anyway,
about?
Okay, so that doesn't matter because what I did was way cooler. So like I touched
What?
this armor and then I went into my head and then there was like a little guy and then like a bigger and then but then he like got bigger. And then I like touched him and he was like, "Oh, are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think," or I don't know. And then he was like, "I think you are." And then we like became one person. And then yeah.
You
Is
looked
there
really
by
neat.
chance a gas leak in this vicinity?
That's what happened.
Elliot,
Well,
I
I
hate
mean,
to tell
Lulin's
you,
in the house on the floor.
Elliot, I hate to tell you that
Elliot just like peeks inside.
Lulin, what you
Lulin's
doing?
Just laying on the floor in there.
Lulin is like he's in like snow angel position, taking up as much room on the floor as humanly possible, and he's just stretching out his back, stretching out his arms. You hear like the loudest audible yawn. Just the quintessential moment of when your dad finally sits like on the couch with a recliner, and then you just pass the fuck out 20 seconds later. That's where Lulin's at right now.
Well, see? Newson says,
Wow.
peering over your head.
So there is something wrong with the air here.
I don't
is
think
what
so.
you're telling me.
Lady
She's
Dreams
seeing
said-
big and little people. You're seeing talking scarecrows.
No, he
No,
didn't
they
talk.
didn't talk.
Yeah, he was
They
completely
just showed up.
silent.
And then
Oh,
you can ask
so
him at
you saw
Shadow.
a
She was
scarecrow.
here.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, like a
Scarecrows
12-foot
exist.
a 12-foot scarecrow that gave us our mail.
It just
They
into
gave you
existence.
They gave you mail?
Yeah,
Yes,
from Mog.
Mog.
Okay, that seems like a Mog thing to do.
Yeah.
Probably some like
Listen,
poor
Elliot.
halfling that got put into a new body.
Listen, Elliot. I hate to tell you this, but the asshole doesn't live in my head anymore. I have no reason to really lie to you.
Why do you hate to tell me that?
Because I don't know. I feel like sometimes it kind of feels like you expect people to think that like it's like you set yourself up for other people's expectations. You know?
I don't think
And
I've ever
then-
known Elliot to expect people to think.
So true, bestie.
To be fair, I don't
Um,
expect Karak to think either.
Though I am...
Oh no, that was Ephraim in character coming back from
I see.
leaving Shadow Gleam.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm slightly disappointed your evil buddy died. It's good to have you back full time.
I'm happy to be back.
Why are you disappointed he died?
Well, I'm not soulless, Newsom.
I mean,
Anyways,
I'm kind of sad that he's gone.
was
I
this
mean,
guy
the way you
always
hate
blue?
love, I thought you were.
He was making a lot of progress, and it's
I was
anyway.
soulless?
Mm-hmm.
So was this
Elliot
guy?
is taking an opportunity as everyone is in this nice little circle. He's gonna move next to Lyra and try to lift the dagger off her.
Roll sleight of hand.
I friggin' will. Don't even doubt me. Actions. No.
His hand is
abilities.
slight.
Sleight of
Here he
hand.
goes.
Yeah, but it has been a new dawn, so I should probably roll those d20s. Just
Okay.
so that I have.
That
Lyra.
is true. That is
So wait.
true.
Oh,
Ooh.
Wow. You can get
Hey.
one better.
Lyra,
you're right. I'll leave.
roll
it
me
as is.
insight at advantage.
Okay. Nope.
You don't notice.
Very
Elliot
advantage.
lifts the knife.
Do any of us notice this?
You guys can all roll perception if you want to. But he beat all your passive perceptions, so. Unless you're actively looking for Elliot to be robbing Lyra, you're probably not going
No.
to see it.
Yeah, wouldn't be.
I was
actively.
conversing directly.
You
with
were.
Elliot,
That makes
so
sense.
that would
And
be...
you watched him kind of do the side shuffle. I don't imagine Elliot... Like, even with a 21, I imagine that the grab was pretty subtle. I don't imagine that the move next to Lero was at all subtle.
Nope.
No, not at all. Not subtle at all.
But it is not noticed.
It is not noticed.
Mhm.
What an interesting thing to take. Alright. Where to... Lady Dream Shadow's just walking down the street. She's leaving.
Where is she going? Does anyone know?
She seems to be walking towards a large domed build, glass domed building in the center of town.
Yeah, we're
Are,
going
you,
to...
are any of you even lucid?
Literally
Karak's
the
thing?
Inventatorium,
We're gonna
right?
test
That was
it
the
out.
name of it.
I thought
No,
that was the event.
No. But we're gonna test. But we have a place to test out stuff. So
Did they not have that when you were a kid? Or did they build it because of when you were a kid?
okay, we're not talking about that right now.
Wait, what happened when you were a kid?
No, and
Oh, she
Wait,
blew
wait,
up my...
starts with
Ephraim, Karak, Ephraim turns to you and goes, she blew up my cousin.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't good.
Accidentally.
If you think about it, she actually started the path that led to our entire city being destroyed.
Or technically, she was
Well,
found
that's
guilty
not
of was it
fair.
murder or
I
just
mean,
I think it was manslaughter. I don't think... Well, she didn't
Yeah.
actually kill anyone. She
I
took
I was
Carbon's
not
eye.
on trial. My parents were on trial for something.
were
I
you
don't
not
remember
on
what.
trial? I thought you were also
No,
on trial.
My parents were on trial. I
No.
don't remember why though.
Stipvale doesn't
dad
try
was on
doesn't try
trial.
kids for explosions.
No.
Oh, that seems ill-advised.
Is it
What?
specifically not for explosions? The wording of that makes me concerned.
Well, they do try them for drugs. I mean, God,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to be a guard in Stipvale, and there was this guy. We had this kid dead to rights. We knew he had the drugs on him. We walk up to him. Kid has no drugs. We have no idea where they went. We're just all we had to go off of was this lead that we had to chase this guy in a giant hat.
I don't think... Were the rest
I
of us
bet that
there
guy
for
had
that?
drugs.
I definitely wasn't.
No,
Big
I know
Hat's
you were,
notorious for
Karak.
drugs.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I
remember.
was a
I think
stoner
that was.
at
I
that
think
time.
that was an. I know that we saw Elliot running from guards.
So-
I don't think we know
Yeah.
why.
So, the party had split momentarily.
Mhm.
Two of us was going to the stalls, and then two of us was with Elliot. Elliot tried.
It was
smuggling
Nam and Lulin that were
drugs.
with Elliot, by the
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lulin would be
'Cause
piecing all of this together at the speed of molasses
Elliot
right now.
Elliot got drugs.
Mm-hmm.
You guys bought the disguise for Elliot.
Yep.
Gave the hat to Elliot, which was a big hat that melted in the rain because it was made of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And then we die via Derek because drugs.
God, this
So
campaign's
that's
been
where the
wild.
rule came from.
This
That is
this
where the
camp-
rule came from.
This campaign's been wild the whole fucking time, hasn't it?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
Elliot
never
gave the
all
dragon
saw
speed, and it got us all killed.
It did get you all killed.
Mhm.
I was.
But look,
I
it was
was
a
really
50-50
wondering where
chance.
Rule
What if
10
it was
came from.
allergic to the the
It was.
drugs?
Honestly, if it
No,
would have been
no,
anything
Rosie.
but a draconic creature, it would have killed it.
Rosie, we have to reinforce that drug dealing is bad for,
Oh,
the
right.
children.
Yeah,
Well,
kids,
but
you're
wouldn't
not
it
a
have
dragon.
Wouldn't it have been worse if he had died when he took the drugs instead of done a really
No,
cool
but-
move on us?
But we didn't benefit from buying drugs.
Oh.
That's the
Mhm.
problem.
You didn't even buy
We
them.
as the main
You told the kid you were a cop and confiscated them.
Sorry, let me reassess. We didn't benefit from stealing drugs from minors.
Anyways,
Mhm.
back to what's happening. What are the look on Lulin's and Elliot's faces as they piece this together?
Also, I'm pretty sure that it was a sting operation anyway.
It totally was.
It
Yeah, they were coming
was.
for the kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, Elliot is just like casual about it, First of many failures, doesn't matter.
I'm gonna.
First of many failures.
And then, the whole city collapsed and we had other problems.
Yeah, I wonder
Before-
if that kid lived
Who knows?
when the whole tree fell over.
Ephraim gets this really far away look in his eyes. You have a feeling he knows, but you're afraid to ask.
Mm.
I mean, no one was there while I was there just now, so
Can we? That feels like a deception.
Yeah, Lyra, that's not true.
Wait. So sorry. What's not true?
What Elliot just said is not true.
like she wasn't listening to that part.
It doesn't
Elliot
matter.
said that he didn't see anyone from the city over there.
You said nobody was there when you were there, which is a lie, and Lyra cannot be deceived.
Right, I was pointing out the real life person was asking what I said, not.
I understand.
Okay.
I did not at the time, but I understand it now.
I see. Wait, so you did see someone?
So what do you mean you can't be deceived? Yeah, wait, what?
Nothing. Don't worry about that. You don't know that.
So you just ask Elliot, wait, so you did see someone?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that what you just said?
He just said he didn't see anyone.
Oh.
Did
but
you mishear him?
Didn't you see someone?
Well, I saw Alrond. No one from the city. Well, I guess Alrond is from the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alrond was there. And then some gods came to kill him.
Oh.
And I left.
Wait, what?
And I hope
Does
he
he
left.
need help?
I feel
Now
like
Goran's helping.
Okay.
I feel like you probably should have started with you called us crazy when you got here.
Well, I couldn't get a freaking what? You started out with I saw a big scarecrow who was hanging out and teleporting, and
Yeah.
What?
It's true. What?
and she saw a big person and a little person who swapped places,
Yeah.
whatever
No,
that
but, like, in my
means.
head.
And
in my
And then
head.
she became one
so
with them.
she dreamed,
Yeah.
right? That's never happened before.
No, she
And-
was awake.
I don't dream, actually.
What? Wait,
She just has the shadows of dreams.
that's
Anyway.
Oh, is that where the
wow,
name
that's a
comes
little
from?
sad, actually.
Well, I don't know the difference. I've never had a dream. I don't know.
Well, you'll have dreams now.
What?
Wait, really?
No, that was me out of character to Rosie.
Okay.
No.
That was that. My bad.
I thought-
My
I thought
bad.
that was
The
something
issue.
that was
No,
something
the issue with Ephraim just being my voice.
Yeah. We were all just like, pourquoi?
Lady Dream Shadow is getting away. Are we gonna
Oh,
go
right, we should
there?
Probably.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
think
she
we're
did not
all
wait
the
for
way
you. She did not
Oh,
wait for you. She's already
I
disappeared
wanna
through the
find it.
front doors of this building.
I
We should-
guess we should probably go since the whole reason we're
Yeah.
going is for
Yeah, she was
you
really
know.
excited about knowing what my armor does now. Now that Mog's made it different.
I mean, I guess she's excited to see if you do or do not blow up in an area where she and anyone else will not be harmed.
Wait, there's a chance he'll blow up?
She
Why are you
seemed
gonna
to
blow
think
up? Don't blow
well,
up.
I'm
she
not
seemed to
intending
think that Mog's magic was like unstable and stuff.
I mean, to be
What?
fair,
As
so's
Elliot
mine.
takes out his cards and inspects them.
Yeah, apparently he
Arcana.
like does
Oh, I
some
will.
wild stuff to things. I don't know. I mean, my
Trust him.
tattoos have just been functioning the way they always function. I don't know if
Bruh.
there's any difference.
Oh yeah,
him?
bro, it's your casual plus 17. Don't even get me started. He definitely does not go through anything. He definitely didn't do anything to your cards weaving the magic in the most efficient way, but he definitely got to the end goal. You recognize that your cards now give you the ability to change the damage type of spells you cast, as long as they are charged in the cards.
How is he intertwined divination and narcotic damage like this? That's
narcotic.
what I said.
It's because we were talking about drugs, wasn't it?
Ephraim kind of turns and he goes, "Hey, say that one more time for me."
Narcotics
All
are
right, I
damaging.
feel like we're just gonna get this out here in the open.
Can you
I,
just
of
say
course, was the
uppers
man
for?
in the height hat? And your rule of law has collapsed, and I'm gonna move on with my day.
Everyone's just dumbstruck.
Yeah, so is that kid dead?
Yes, he's clearly dead, Newson.
I
A
mean,
tree
he lived.
fell on his head. He is dead.
It didn't fall specifically on him. It fell on the whole city.
I don't.
Was he being held in the prison at the time of the collapse?
Yes.
He didn't. Oh.
Okay.
I thought you said he didn't get arrested.
Well, they
Well-
didn't have any evidence on him until they caught me.
Yeah, he was being held for questioning, let's say.
Well, damn. How's it feel to kill a kid?
All right.
Okay, there were
Newsom,
lots of kids in the city. probably.
News and Ephraim turns and looks at you and goes, "Have you not?"
Plus, aren't we against children here? Come on.
Yeah, like, isn't
we're
one of
only
your
against
rules don't
children
trust
that-
kids?
No,
Yeah,
no, it's specifically do not.
Children.
It specifically do not trust the child, singular. If they're
Yeah.
plural, then apparently it's okay.
what? No,
That's what I was told.
I mean, to be
that
fair,
is not true. Groups
every
of
bad-
children are just as dangerous as solo children.
I thought
every
that
bad child we've
canceled each
encountered
other
has
out.
been standing alone. You know, like
As
even
you
the one
guys
that
are
was
walking-
pretending to be. That was a demon pretending to be a child, you know? That's where it all started.
As you guys are talking about this, walking through the front door, you walk through the front door, and the ground inside is like really nice hardwood.
Ooh.
Almost reminiscent of like gym flooring.
I don't know if I'd call gym flooring nice hardwood.
That's fair.
but-
Well, you know what? To be fair, like a modern basketball court's floor would be the nicest hardwood any of you have ever seen in this medieval world.
Yes, that's true.
It's nice to you.
I was gonna say nice to everyone but Elliot.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, you grew
He's
up
like
with stone
hand-carved
floors.
mahogany.
Any wood's special to you.
X to doubt.
Desert boy. But as you're walking by a room talking about how children are more dangerous, you just hear children in here.
We are
we're the
not
dangerous
children.
ones.
I'm sorry, how old are you, Newsom? As she like looks out the door at you.
I know how. I don't know how old I am, but definitely older than a lot of people.
You might be the only one here who is not a child, Karak.
That's really strange, considering the amount of experience I got up in this noggin.
Look, you can't call us children by your incredibly long-lived account.
I don't know. That seems like a decision for the adult in the room.
Oh, so are you saying all minotaurs are children?
Everyone but Olfast.
That's a little. You might need to like reassess
Check
your
your
I don't
biases.
know.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
your old.
so-
I think your oldest one's around 200 right now, aren't they? That's not a child. Anything over 50 is a young adult.
Well, then I'm more than halfway there. It's fine.
See, you're just in your angsty teenage years. That's why you're back talking. Anyways, Karak, if you'll please step into the ring in the center of the room.
Oh, of course.
That
And Karak
explains
just
a
goes
lot.
in, has no fear, because as far as he's concerned, Miss Dream Shadow probably doesn't want him to die.
As you walk to the center of the room, you just watch her pick up a set of goggles and nestle them down on her face. She gestures to the rest of you where there is a rack of goggles on the wall.
Oh, Elliot was putting them on the second she grabbed one. These are the
Isn't-
coolest thing he's ever seen, and he will never be taking them off.
When you
Isn't,
put them...
grumbling to herself about how Lulin's not that much older than her.
When you put them on...
Goggles.
Did Lulin even go with?
Yeah.
Like the-
For
Oh,
brevity's sake, I think Lulin is down here.
But yeah.
Elliot, when you put the goggles on, you realize that the goggles have some sort of crystal in the lens that allows you to see the pathways of magic.
Now he's really never taken him off.
Are you putting any on, Newson?
Yeah. She was
So
grumbling.
you
and
can
picking
all
him
you
up.
can all see it, kind of swirling around Karak in the center.
Hi.
Karak, I can do up to 10. How many would you like?
And what?
Let's start with 2. That seems like a safe number.
All right. She clicks a few buttons as 2 target dummies rise up around Karak, and then the edge of the circle begins to spin as all of you wearing the goggles see runes begin floating up in a sphere as an inverse Liamon's tiny hut appears.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay, what could your armor do before?
beforehand, I could swim really fast in water. I was able to knock people back with water. It really just required a lot of water. Just anything with water, really.
I want you to focus on the creature in front of you and try to knock it back with water the way you would have before.
All right. And Karak is going to focus on that same feeling they used whenever they would use the armor to knock people back, which isn't a lot of experience, but hey, we're doing what we can, and is going to sort of sway like they would with the with the ocean, and then sort of like thrust forward like their hand as they like disrupt that like flow, that state that they're in.
As all of you are watching, Karak begins swaying back and forth as you watch eddies of magic begin to pool around him, flowing around his body. And Karak, as you push your hand forward to kind of do that shove, go ahead and roll me a D1000. As the rest of you watch wild magic burst across his arm and straight into the dummy.
All right. Do you want me to roll 2 for the thing?
Just 1.
Got it. Just for testing purposes.
No. For these, you will always roll 1 because they are not effects that are happening to you.
Makes sense. That is 668.
Oh, so close to 666.
Mm-hmm.
So tragic.
We don't need any more demons in this world, Newson.
We don't know that.
Hey
The
guys,
last one we had was
would
very
you-
nice.
God, that's really funny actually. The mannequin or the dummy in front of you goes from a dummy into a mummy as true polymorph is cast on it. 668 polymorph. Polymorphs into something rhyming with its name.
Wasn't that exactly what I rolled last time?
It was.
Oh, I didn't remember rolling 668. That's crazy.
Get wrecked.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it turns into a mummy in front of you. And as it turns into a mummy, all of the rest of you see runes on the walls of this room burst and flare as it just disintegrates to the floor.
Oh. Well, that's fun.
What else could your armor do? Besides make mummies?
Tidal wave. Tidal wave.
I mean, I don't think we want to do a tidal wave.
Come on. Inside
not?
tidal wave.
Like I said, it let me swim really fast and breathe underwater. When I was underwater, it didn't feel like I was surrounded by anything.
I don't think any of those are going to be changed.
That makes sense.
Magic swimming. Swimming in the magic.
I feel like it had a lot of protective qualities, like I was able to make a shield, but I never got a chance to really try that one out. We were always on the back foot, so I was always trying to
I feel
more
it.
It's all right as Elliot like steps in and casts magic missile.
What are you doing, Karak?
Karak is going to just hone in on those instincts and try to use their armor to use Tide's Embrace.
Alright,
Protective water shield for 10 minutes. The wearer gains resistance to fire and cold damage.
Literally does nothing against magic missile.
That's rough.
You watch the magic harden around Karak as the magic missile just punches right through.
Well,
I
Karak.
thought you said shield.
It's what it feels like. It feels protective.
Against what?
Well, now that Elliot's
I mean,
inside, we
on the
can't get
list.
him out, so I suppose we'll have to conclude the testing.
Oh.
I mean, it clearly doesn't prevent you from like casting spells on things.
I think you
or
should
getting
keep
your spell
testing.
cast on it.
They're also I guess technically it was like a tidal wave, but it was like, I guess I could do a smaller one of those, but like magically.
How about this? Do you protect against this? As he casts mischief.
Roll me a
around
d4.
Rock. I sure will, boss.
Okay. So, hang on. What the hell did you just do? Did you just make molasses everywhere?
I sure
Little
did.
drops of molasses over in a
Okay, so so drops of molasses are now hovering inside of this Liamon's tiny hut with you.
You're sticky.
What was?
Go on,
What
move.
was
Do you
that?
move through it quickly?
Huh?
What do you mean?
I don't know,
What is
can
that?
I?
It's clearly
It
it's
is
clearly
magic.
sugary atmosphere. What do you want from me?
It's
Lyra, that was a
magic.
lie.
It's magic.
Karak, can you go ahead and
Sugar.
try your tidal wave for us?
Of course. I guess.
I'm gonna put
Karak's
3 more
gonna-
dummies in the room.
Karak waits for the dummies after they hear.
They pop up out of the ground.
All right, and Karak sort of like digs deep into that.
Elliot, would you like
Like
out before
magic.
we do this?
Nah, leave him
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
probably. Is that right, Newson?
All right, Karak, roll me 4 wild magic surges.
All right. Let's.
So basically, the way your tidal wave works now, because it was that area of effect around you, right?
I believe so. Let me see. Yeah, Black Fury's tidal wave. This ability summons a massive tidal wave, deals 6d10 bludgeoning damage to all enemies within a 30-foot cone in front of the wearer.
Okay, what direction are you looking then? Are you looking at Elliot?
No, towards the dummies, obviously. Unless Elliot is in the way of the dummies, in which case.
He's
We
a
know-
part of the circle.
Trying to decide how angry Lady Dream Shadow was about the cooking comment.
But
Yeah,
you can always
Yeah, go ahead and roll me 4d1000s.
All right.
The dummies
All
are all around Elliot.
That is. That is an awful way to.
Elliot,
do for-
roll me another d4.
How do I read these? Is it just the bottom number and the top number?
I
or is
got
it the
'em.
Top number, bottom. Okay.
It's just... Alright, so Elliot is going to be 900.
All right. So top then.
Oh, you
bottom.
rolled them all in one set, I see.
yeah.
I was
It
like,
just-
that's a really high D1000 roll.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. Alright, we'll do Elliot's first.
Mm-hmm.
Elliot, roll me 4d10.
God, boss. Where are the D10s? There they are. Imagine using anything other than a D20 and a D4.
Elliot, you vomit 26 uncut gems worth 1 gold apiece onto the ground in front of you.
Ow.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's not a great feeling.
Ooh.
That
Uh,
hurt. As he immediately starts picking them up.
As you do that, the dummy next to you teleports, and the way it bounces around the inside of this hut makes you think that the teleport was going to send it outside the hut and something stopped it from doing so, as it ricochets around the inside of this hut like a cannonball. What's next? 395. The dummy to your left, Elliot, as you are just vomiting gems. Croc, what was the last spell you cast?
You know, that's a good question. Let me look at my spell book and see if I can remember.
I
What was the last fight we were in? Oh,
It was
actually,
the
no, it
demon
was,
fight.
Actually, no, we did the Sylvan Stumble, and the last spell that I did was Wall of Stone to get across the like the pit.
Yep.
The Silvery Barbs cop?
You watch
Silvery Barbs was
as
right after.
things around the room begin to flash and push almost as if they're overreacting as you see stone as if a wall of stone was going to burst from this dummy as the magic suppressants in the room like push it back in until it just kind of collapses in a ball of sharpened stone. And the last one was 312. And the one directly behind you, Elliot, is completely inversed. Everything about it is now backwards. Which, it's a dummy, so there's not a lot... Yeah, like, just flipped inside out and upside down. Leaving you realizing that you got by far the least bad fate of the 4 things that just got hit with this tidal wave. Well, I'm sure a lot of the danger of that was the interaction between the wild magic and the room suppressants, but I think I understand how it works.
Uh-huh.
It seems that anything that the water would have been used for has been replaced with your innate ability to connect with wild magic.
Oh, that's very useful. Or I guess it'll be kind of randomly useful.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was definitely.
Are you okay, Elliot? By the way, that didn't look very good to, you know.
I got a new handful of gems.
Yes, what kind? Anything valuable?
Not for you.
Well, I guess it seems like somebody will be using them to pay for their own dinner this evening.
Sounds like I will.
26 gold worth of uncut gems. You just plop those suckers down on the counter.
Look, I cut these gems. That turns into a chill 28 gold.
Yes, it's a shame.
Oh, fair.
It's a shame that the local bakery closed early today.
You did this to me, didn't you?
I
knew I was coming.
Well, I saw the baker on my walk, and you were busy talking to your friends.
So, Karak is just
That's
like...
wild. How are you gonna get dinner then? If you know.
Well, I don't typically
Everywhere else
eat
is
baked
closed.
goods for dinner, Elliot. I am an adult.
No, you're ancient.
How?
We're all going to get thrown out.
Karak just looks up at them and it's just like, Lulin gave me permission to punch them once. Should I do the
Don't
magic
you
thing again?
dare, Karak.
Should I, Miss Dream Shadow?
No.
Magic?
Karak, I can assure you, I'm more than capable. As she deactivates the shield, and you see that behind the panel she is rolling up her own sleeve.
Karak just slowly backs out of the circle and is just like, I've seen enough gods go ape shit to know what's about to happen.
She walks up, Elliot. She walks up, and you see that one of her sleeves is rolled up to the elbow. You think you know what's coming as she lifts her hand up, and then she just grabs a strand of your hair and goes, I liked it better before, and just walks out of the room.
Ow.
Wow. Now that right there. Skill.
The rest of you see as Elliot's hair begins to slowly change colors.
Huh.
Elliot.
Yeah.
For 24 hours, Elliot's hair will reflect his mood.
Just like cyan. No.
He's a mood
I
ring
am.
now.
A walking mood ring.
Yep.
So what color's your hair?
Cyan.
What feeling is that? Just message me, you don't have to tell everyone else, they can figure it out on their own.
Okay.
So does her comment imply that at one point he had cyan hair and she liked it better then?
Or is it the other way around, where it's different now and they preferred it before they changed it?
Maybe.
It could go either way.
It really could. I don't know.
Elliot, did you dye your hair at any point in the past?
When I was like 10, my hair was blue
What?
from a mistake, but that was a mistake.
Did there's no
Understand-
way that
Understandable. I mean, like, blue's a cool color hair to have. I mean, I've had mine for as long as I can remember at this point.
How
Yeah,
good
it's
is your
true.
memory again?
Huh?
How good's your memory? Is it all back? Like,
It's
can you picture your color from before,
what
or
do
are
you
you
mean?
just like filling
what do
it
you
in?
What do you mean
what
before?
do you mean? He's always been
I mean-
blue.
Yeah, you said like you said it yourself. I've always been blue. The other guy I always saw as pink, which is always it was really weird.
Trying to
Wait,
lull
pink?
people into a false sense of security.
Yeah,
You know,
like
with
it had
the-
like pink hair instead.
You know, the weird part is when I
Mhm.
said you were always blue, for a second I thought I was joking, but then I remembered you were always blue.
weird.
Uh,
Weird how things like that work out.
Maybe when the other guy was taking the lead, he just like gave off like you could just feel the visualized color difference.
Maybe.
Did they give off pink hair energy? What is pink hair energy? I don't know.
I mean, I guess asshole energy, you know?
Well, you guys are now alone in this room, by the way. So there's a whole panel full of buttons in front of you.
Was so cool.
Elliot is quickly leaving this room.
That was so cool.
Are any of them labeled?
No.
Oh.
One actually.
Oh, yeah.
It says start exam.
I mean, can I hit it before Elliot leaves? 'Cause
Both
that'd
of
be
you
very
roll
funny.
me dexterity.
Okay. Just straight dex, so.
Yes. Just straight dex.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, that was a terrible roll. You're lucky.
Silvery barbs on Elliot.
What?
Reroll
Doesn't
that.
that have to be procced by something?
No, it's just a roll. You can silvery barb's death saves. I just haven't been an asshole enough to do it yet.
Yep.
I also need to decide who I'm gonna give myself advantage for whatever my next roll is.
Well, I still beat Nuzin, so Karak.
Yep. Yeah, mine was really bad.
Mhm.
Karak, you are still in the middle as you find yourself turning around as there is just a desk and a piece of paper in front of it.
It's just gonna go up to it. What is this? What did you hit, Newson?
It said start exam.
What's an exam?
It's a test. It's like a thing you do in school, I think.
Are you
Oh!
playing with fate? That's my thing.
I guess I
I
can.
don't think
Correct.
it's really
Was
Not
fate.
you, Newson.
Oh.
Correct.
On the board,
Like,
on
Elliot locks eyes with Karak, trying to
I
be the
lo-
most intimidating he's ever been.
I learned. To be fair, Elliot, I learned from the best.
I've been doing that for a while now. You've never been intimidated by me.
Well, that's
Listen,
because I know
every-
you could kick my
all-
ass. Now
all-
listen here, Karak. You don't mess with my destiny. You understand?
To be fair, it's our
on
destiny at this point.
on the board in front of you,
Mhm.
Karak, there is a booklet that says a POOD entrance exam.
A POOD entrance exam. Huh. That's where the college. Can Karak just take the like that booklet and just like start?
Oh, you
Doing
think
it
you
to
get to leave the circle before the exam is done?
I was about to say.
No.
Elliot's
Oh, you mean
definitely
it's
pushing some
outside on the
buttons
board?
on the
Okay,
way out.
that's what you meant. Got it. Okay, that was a
Yeah, you have a little
misunderstanding on my
booklet.
part.
The questions are on the board on the outside of this dome. There's a desk and a chair behind you. Time to sit and take your exam.
Rock's just gonna sit down and take their attempt to take their exam.
Elliot pushes 2 random buttons and leaves the room.
Roll me 2d10.
Great. I love 2 buttons.
What were those separately?
5 and
1 and a 5.
A 1 and a 5?
That's right, boss.
Cool. Karak, as you are taking your exam, you begin hallucinating goblins, skeletons, and a dragon. As a soft mist begins drifting through the bubble that you're inside of.
God, this college shit is.
And a
terrifying.
small potion appears in the corner of your desk that is labeled simply with a question mark. Anyways, would you like your first question?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
So is it like a wolf thing to feel like you need to establish dominance against Karak now? Is that like what's happening?
No, he tried to get me stuck in there.
Well, I mean,
All right.
to be fair,
I mean-
aren't you like, wouldn't it be easy for you to get out of there with the,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just,
I
The
mean, like, look
approved-
at this first question. I mean, which leader conceded the first right of knives? Come on.
That's not the
That's
first
like
question.
literally
I have a
kindergarten
quiz for you. Karak, the first question is which spell creates an invisible magical force that can carry out simple tasks?
So I'm having to use my. I'm wondering. I'm not sure if Karak has seen something like that. My guess is Unseen Servant, because that is a spell that I know, but I'm not sure if Karak has seen anybody use that.
I think that most casters are relatively familiar with most first level spells and cantrips.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
also that would definitely be super popular in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Yeah, Unseen Servants.
The next question is categorically, according to the Zrayan classification system, what level is the spell Fireball?
Zrayan classification. I don't know. Is this a multiple choice or a fill in the blank?
It's a
might I
fill in the
ask?
blank question.
Oof, that's always
Elven
unfortunate.
bureaucracy is bullshit!
Damn you, elven bureaucracy! Oh god.
To be fair, the humans categorized levels of spells first. We just adopted it.
Karak
Why
is
does
thinking-
why does the test call it Zrayan then?
Because we're an imperial power that claims all discoveries as our own.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
So Karak has a spell by the name of Melf's Minute Meteors, but I feel like Fireball is like higher than that, so I'm gonna guess 5th.
Okay. Which spell allows you to translocate a creature to another plane of existence against its will?
Oh, Banishment! I've seen Lyra do that all the time.
As you move on, there is a multiple choice question in the middle of all these other multiple choice questions. Well, actually, there's 2 of them. The first one is, which of the following spells does not require concentration? Bless, Haste, Fire Shield, or Invisibility?
Less sounds right, because all the others I feel like are things that are like helping other people for things that are like long-term effects and not bigger effects. Because like bless, it has the same feel as like you are blessed, you have been done, it has been done,
All right. If you cast the spell Hold Person and a creature fails it easily, you would describe them as not being very strong, dexterous, intelligent, or wise?
Did I ever have a hold person spell?
This is the worst test of Karok's life.
Ugh.
I think I've known the answers to all of these so far. Out of character. In character, Newson is like frog blinking.
What were the options again?
You would not describe them as particularly strong, dexterous, intelligent, or wise.
Old person. Karok had a lot of like things that involved like charisma check. Well, not charisma checks, but like old person was like. A part of me wants to say charismatic because it's like charisma saves, but I don't think that's right. So I'm gonna go with wisdom, wise.
All right.
You're gonna need to fix your stream. Woolen dropped.
Ah, Shiza.
Rando
no.
is dead.
They dipped the moment they saw the test.
Yeah, they said a test.
I mean, that's
and
my
no.
strat.
No. I can't be here.
Oh, hey, look, he said in chat.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, look, someone I should ban. How come I can't? Did you take away my mod? Oh, no, I have to go into mod view to delete it. Give me a sec.
I can do it.
Thanks, guy.
You're welcome.
Hang on. Server nickname L. Save. Now I should be at the front, maybe. Maybe perchance.
Maybe.
I just have to simply turn on.
Oh my
No,
God.
this failed horribly.
It moved everybody
Oh.
up one.
How did? Oh, I know why.
We're sliding around.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got this. I got this. I figured it out. It's because he doesn't call himself Lulin in the server. He calls himself Branto. Now I'm in the right spot. You all get to look at the OBS symbol until Brando returns. We're back on track. Where the hell's my next question?
Why am I like... I like that I'm like half cut off now.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Boom. Fixed. There you go. It wasn't like full windowed because I had to pop it back out again.
I see.
The next one. The spell Mage Armor was originally designed to counteract a rudimentary form of which spell? This is some deep lore knowledge on Mage Armor and what it can do.
Karok couldn't defend against magic missile in the latest test, and Elliot assumed that he would be able to. So I'm gonna go with that magic missile.
Good guess.
They're a wizard, and that's what they thought this would be able to do. So
True
it makes sense.
or false?
Ooh.
Casting silence prevents all sound in a 20-foot radius, including verbal components of spells.
I'm gonna go with true.
True or false? Featherfall can be cast as quickly as a creature can react.
So here's the fun fact: Karok has Featherfall. We're gonna go with true, because it's a reaction.
True or false? Magic Missile always hits its target unless the target is under the effects of shield.
We're going to go with true. Because even that means that one of the questions I've made is probably wrong because they contradict each other, but that's okay.
True or false? The spell Identify can reveal the history of an item in addition to its magical properties.
This is another 50-50. I'm going with true.
The final one is a short answer section. Name a spell that can cure the blind.
Oh.
Ooh,
Trying to
everything's
think of
perfect
what.
again.
Maybe.
I'm trying to think of what.
You're
spells,
here. Just turn your camera on.
What spells has Lulin cast that are like healing? Usually they use lay on hands, but that's not really a spell. Has Lulin used lesser restoration on people?
Are you asking me directly? Or are
No,
you just
no, because
thinking out
I
loud?
can't. I'm thinking out loud.
Okay.
See, like, I'm. While Karak probably has only seen lesser restoration because, or at least that's what they're assuming they're seeing. Blindness is a pretty big thing, so I think they're going to go out on a limb and say greater restoration.
All right. The next question. Sorry, I have to pull up BQBot because we got to redeem, and I realized that BQBot wasn't open. What happens to an illusion if a creature is too intelligent for it?
God, I'm pretty sure I had illusion at some point. I assume that the illusion like dissipates because it is, someone is able to see through it and point out its flaws, and therefore it,
All right. What is the only material component for the spell Revivify, and what is its cost?
I know it's a diamond because Lulin's talked about that. It was like a gemstone and I assume diamonds are a good gemstone. And my brain wants to say 500 gold.
Describe the primary difference between the counterspell and dispel magic spells.
Counterspell is a reaction to a spell being cast, while dispel magic is usually a ritual, I believe.
The final question. What is the consequence if a creature under the effect of the spell Chaos disobeys a caster's command?
Psychic damage?
All right. As you write the last one, a note appears at the bottom that says, should you pass, your score and acceptance letter will be mailed to you, and then the booklet disappears and the bubble disappears with it. Also, you stop hallucinating skeletons, goblins, and dragons. The potion, however, is still in the corner of the desk.
God, is that what all exams are like? That was so stressful.
Well, I mean, it was a bit of mist and a potion. I don't understand.
You did not see everything that was in there.
Just looked like you were sitting at a desk, and it was a little foggy.
There was like
exams can be stressful. Don't even worry. Yeah, and you saw a scarecrow that was delivering your mail earlier.
Everybody else saw it too.
Okay.
Anyway, apparently I should. I'm not. Where are they going to mail it?
Well, did they put your address in the book?
Newton, you notice that the start exam button has depressed and is pressable again. Like, as Karok's talking, your eyes just kind of drift down and you notice it.
Do you feel like you could do better with the second attempt?
I mean, I don't think so. Once I,
Mm.
like, it's like I'm not going to have different answers because I don't have different experience and I don't know how I did on the exam. I'm more just confused about where they're going, they're going to get it to me because I don't really have a house.
Perhaps the magical postal scarecrow will find you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just forward it to Mog and Mog will get it to me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we doing now? Sorry, we got so sidetracked by exams and bubbles.
I have to go book a restaurant.
Oh.
That was very, very fun. That was interesting, getting to actually, like, put some magical stuff to the mental test.
Well, how'd you do?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know my score because I won't know until they mail it to me. And I guess I also won't know unless I get accepted. And that, I believe, is your department, right, Elliot? Because you own a pood now.
Oh yeah, you have to accept him because you're the.
So,
you're-
anyways,
Oh my god, you could probably find his answers right now.
that would be a violation of our student privacy laws, Newson. So,
What are the student
You're
privacy? How do the student privacy laws go? Like, what is?
I'm not
required?
allowed to look up test scores without the express permission of each professor involved or something. I don't know.
So, the only people involved during this test was you and Newson.
Yeah.
Newson's not a professor, and neither am I.
Well,
I
then-
mean, I pressed
then-
the button, so doesn't that make me like the overseer of the test?
Also, if that's the case,
No.
then that means that there's no one you need to get permission from, because there was nobody to.
So when I go to
Yes.
fill out the paperwork, Karak, and it says list the professors involved, I can't leave that blank. What do I put?
I mean, you're the person who knows Elven bureaucracy better than anyone else. What would
Well,
you
I'm-
put in the absence of a professor?
I'm saying that the paperwork wouldn't be accepted with at least one valid professor.
I'm just. I feel like there's that like there is a way of solving this that you probably know, and you're just not wanting to.
That's not true. It's bureaucracy, and it is complicated, and it requires more of a degree than I have.
I'm just going to trust the process that it eventually makes it through the right channels because I did what I had to do.
Yeah, you'll get your notification.
Wonderful. And Croc's going to
I
leave
mean,
the circle.
technically, I could expedite your the review of your documents.
It would still take
But that's
14
about it.
days.
That's 14 days can take 2 weeks. Karak will only know if the world doesn't end. Oh.
Karok finds out he has to take remedial fucking abjuration.
No, that's completely valid. It's like, huh. Well, I guess that makes sense. A lot of my stuff wasn't protection. Most of
On
my
the
things were
upside,
just-
Lyra would be the perfect person to tutor you on abjuration as our local abjuration wizard.
That's
Mhm.
true.
So true.
All right, where you got? What are you guys doing next?
Well,
Elliot's
I've-
apparently getting a reservation.
yeah, I guess
Sure
we're
am.
going with Elliot to
Yeah,
wherever.
you
he's
know,
going while
the
just
civilization in exile has really had plenty of time to rebuild, restaurants.
walking- Yeah.
This city existed before the civilization collapsed.
Awesome. This city is actively not outside. It's actively inside the danger zone for the Arcanophage.
So people need to still eat.
Yeah, we still need our chicken nuggets.
They're
You
not.
don't- you
They're
don't
not
have to use magic
reserving.
to
They're
cook.
not reserving their restaurants though.
Okay, but maybe we want fancy chicken nuggies.
Anyways, what do you want to reserve a restaurant for?
Well, he
Man's
needs to
gotta-
take himself out to dinner because he's depressed about how his date went, obviously.
No, Rosie, we cannot hear you.
Oh, yeah.
We have not heard you for some time.
Mhm.
I just thought you were being quiet.
I also just thought you were being quiet.
I would recommend there we go.
I just assumed that like Lyra was just like, well, I can't interrupt their test taking time.
Yeah, I know, that's what I thought too.
I honestly assumed that she like got up and was hanging out with her family. But
Anyway, guys, check out this goose. You like that goose?
I love that
like this
goose.
goose?
Mm-hmm.
Sure as a goose.
What was that again, Rosie?
Goosin'.
I can hear you.
We can hear you again.
Now we can hear you.
Okay. Damn
That's
it! I was
hilarious.
in there with the FERPA, and I was also calling you on your shit. You only need the students' permission.
No! I missed out on so
Rosie.
much Lyra success.
Rosie
so
out,
sad.
Lyra out here being like, you are not jeopardizing his education.
Rosie, when you can, just toss the camera back on for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
True.
We do need that.
Rock tried so hard, and he didn't even expect the test. He got a pop quiz exam.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so scary.
Man got no time to study.
Technically, he could have had prep time, but I know how Newson is around buttons. I knew exactly who to put in charge. Who to put in charge of the control
You were
panel
like, hey,
there.
Newson, there's a button.
Well,
and she was like, well, that seems fun.
Croc, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but just
Mhm.
from you speaking out loud,
Mm-hmm.
I know you got 2 wrong.
I mean, that's
I know that you got the wrong level for Fireball, 100%.
Massively wrong.
Yeah,
What
you said it
level
was
did you say
5th level.
Fireball. Oh no,
He
it's
said it was
third.
5th level, and I was like, you were
Definitely
right on the money when you said Mephit's minute meteors. It is 3rd level.
Mhm. Well, yeah, because I can do that. I've done that.
I know, but Fireball is the same level.
It is?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Wow. I would
Yeah.
have thought it would have
I
been.
was like, you had the right answer, and then you were like, nah, it's got to be better than that, and I'm like,
I mean,
it's not.
It's just so much bigger, though.
It's
Yeah,
bigger,
no,
but
it is
mm,
overpowered. Like it's specifically overpowered for its level on purpose.
Yeah.
Newson, roll perception.
Okay. Perceptifying. All right. 25.
As
Wow.
you're having this like academic discussion about Fireball, you look to your left and just see Ephraim standing in the door, slack-jawed and confused.
What's up?
I didn't think you actually studied at Abood.
What?
Me?
You.
I mean,
Oh.
I didn't really study, but like, she kind of like open arm gestures to the 2 wizards.
Yeah, somebody's.
It's kinda hard.
I mean, no, yeah, no, I get it,
No.
but I couldn't tell you anything about the about the Zrayan classification systems.
Oh, well,
Oh,
I mean-
no, I'm sorry, Newsom. You went to class. You just slept during them.
I did not. We only went to class for like a week, and I had to go to therapy during that week with fucking Malum. Okay, I have excuses. All right, but
So
I
what's-
happen to be. You're the one who trained me. You know, I am a. What's the right word? Not like visual learner, but like I need involvement. Okay, I can't just like
Kinesthetic?
look at a
Physical
blackboard.
learner.
Yeah, physical learner. There you go. Yeah.
So how many?
So, like, I've been hit by a fireball before, so I would remember how hot it is.
So how many questions do I need to get right?
Oh,
There was a lot.
did you just take the entrance exam?
Yeah, they pressed the button and then it said I had to take it, and I was just like, well, you know, I'm here, might as well.
Minimum for entry is 90%.
Wow. I
Hey,
expect you to.
lots of
do a lot
elves know
right.
magic.
Wow.
That
I mean,
does-
unless your like parents know something or someone.
Oh no,
Yeah.
they're very very dead.
Oh, well. I don't know.
Very dead.
Listen, the fact
Lyra.
that I'm here is a miracle.
Just out of curiosity, is Apood still doing the whole, like, you know, outreach programs for, like, orphans and stuff? Because we might be able to get Karak on that.
There was an age limit. I think there was an elven age limit, so it was higher, but...
Okay, but he doesn't, like, have an identity. We can just make that shit up.
Yeah.
That's true.
That also depends on how you... Do you count age while someone is, like, petrified? Do they age during that time period?
You'd have to dig through the bylaws. There'll be a law about it.
Aren't you, like, in charge? Change
That's
the
what
laws.
That's what we were saying.
Yeah.
They
You
said they
guys
could
think that
expedite the process, and that's about
elven
it.
leaders have more power than they have.
I mean,
Didn't
technically,
you,
your
like,
brother just
invade a
dissolved the
country?
government. So
I mean,
you could have as
Well,
much
we have
power as you
unlimited
want.
power in the Minotaur area.
well,
We don't have that much power at home.
well, your Baroness, you technically are the highest seat amongst the Elven Council.
Call him a baroness.
Yes.
I thought it was Baroness.
No, I know what I said.
I thought it was baron ass.
Baron ass.
Anyways, enough making
get
fun of Elliot's title. What were you saying? You don't have any
Elliot's
power in your
hair
own
is
country
turned,
because
like,
your government's
purple.
inefficient because it's not based off merit?
But also, the government doesn't exist. Like, you are the highest ranking person now. as
This is my
Newlands
new.
pointed out.
So
You know
now
what?
the government's
I'm
failing
not-
because of you.
I'm not surprised none of us understand it. It is the only government on the continent not based off merit.
Well, that'll make it a lot easier to understand anywhere else. I've quite literally only been to I've been to well, I guess 3 cities now.
Oh.
Well,
You should
no,
just
and
sit-
we can't. Technically, if we count the Elliot's barony, then 4. So 4. I've been to 4 cities.
Do you count your barony, your baron-ass?
I'm just saying, there was a whole war,
Mm-hmm.
and the 2 countries that were based on merit, one of them fell because, well, I think we were sort of involved in that one. And the other one would have fell because, well, the merit was a bit rubbish, because who can break shit the hardest isn't really the best way to pick a leader.
Hey.
Ephraim just takes a step away from Newson.
Brock is also taking a step away from Newson. It's like,
Our system has worked better than your nepotistic bullshit. We are a more thriving society than you guys have ever
Thriving?
been. Yeah.
Our
Thriving.
population is like 3-fold yours.
I feel like
Yeah, because
we
you
live in
will
a
live
desert.
forever.
I
That's
feel
not. You can't compare the 2 populations because you fuckers just don't die.
Oh yeah?
Okay?
How old do Minotaurs get?
200
years at least, right?
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
feel like you. I feel like
That's
you'd
like
have
the
to, like,
median
adjust-
age of an elf.
Half the median age of an elf.
Is that the median? So is it that number as a median age because is it that age, like, because of, like, the wars going on with so many people dying,
That's true.
and
that's
thus
true, yeah.
they die much younger? Like, I feel like that is a circumstance outside of, like, the normal parameters of living.
Yeah, what? As opposed to the, like, Minotaurs who also fight each other to death? Just one-on-one instead of city v city?
Only if you insult somebody. We don't just fight each other all the time to the death for the heck of it, okay? It's gotta be like a serious slight, alright? I only, the time you all saw me fight Ironhoof was the first time I'd ever engaged in anything like that, and it was
What?
well worth it,
Wait, why would you fight your
Remind
dad?
me why you were fighting him?
Was your dad?
because he
Iron
called
Hoof?
me a
That's-
salt liquor, that's why.
That's what I
Her
put
dad's
down
name is
for the
Golden
answer.
Hoof.
That's right.
Yes, my
Oh,
dad's
I
name
knew-
is Golden Hoof.
I knew it was a metal and then hoof. I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Yeah, but it's a
It's
soft
not
metal
great.
because he's a big ol' softy.
No, it's because he's got the quality of his work is golden.
Yeah, you say that, but he was the one who always brought tea to those of us on the guard shifts while you guys were gone. So say what you will, he's a big softy either way.
Well, I'm not saying he's not a softie, but
You can be two things.
I mean, there's a reason why I have my mom's last name and not my dad's. So
Sounded cooler.
Now I have my own.
Mm.
Well, also the Stormhorn name is, you know.
Also, from what I heard from your big old softy of a dad, you're real shit with a hammer.
Yeah, I wield an axe, don't I?
Not the best in the forge.
No, I was not going to carry on the family legacy.
How did your dad put it? She's not good at forging hammers or following paths.
Yeah, I can't
see
really.
Llewellyn's eyes get real big and he just turns around.
Is he gonna get sick?
No, Llewellyn's just trying very hard not to laugh.
Hey, Elliot, what color's your hair?
Anyway, Minotaurs never had to steal anything that they've
Dark
developed
yellow.
from anyone, okay?
Plus, our restaurants don't cost, a small loan of $2,000
So
just to
true.
visit.
If you want to start a restaurant, the community helps you build it.
Bruh, you can go to the bakery and have as much bread as you want. And it's reasonably priced, unless somebody has the bakery closed when you arrive in town.
Look, I'm sticking by my point of we didn't have to steal anything to get it.
Okay, and here's the lovely thing. If you ask your neighbor for some bread, you just they'll 9 times out of 10 they'll just make it for you.
Yep.
That does seem
There's
a
this
lot
wild
more...
thing called a
My neighbors were terrible at making bread. I don't want my neighbors' bread.
Because they were
I want
rich.
the person who learned how to make bread professionally to make my bread.
Because they had zero skills.
It's a
the only
simple
skill they had
economy
was
of
money.
scale, dear Lulin.
Yep.
The only skill you ever have is money.
Yep.
The only skill I have is money. Elliot's hair is definitely going towards through orange.
The only skill
Talking about reserving another restaurant.
Newsom, was his hair... I thought his hair was cyan earlier.
Oh, it's
because
been a
I
couple
have a
colors
very
now.
important meeting I have to have, Lulin. And I'm not exactly excited about it, but it has to happen.
Does
You
it
need to
have
impress
to be
somebody?
at a reserved restaurant?
Well, I would like it to be nice.
And there's the money.
And
There's the
who
money.
are you meeting?
Yeah, that's more of the question that I have now. You've completely changed the subject here. What meeting are you having, and who are you meeting, and why and where, and why do you need to impress them with a fancy restaurant?
And when did this come up? Because you were only gone for how long?
Well,
like a couple hours?
Like a
at
couple
most?
hours, I think.
it is
Maybe.
important, and I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet. I just would like to get things arranged.
Are we supposed to be at this restaurant? Are we supposed... Is this another thing where you set something up and then you don't tell the people who are supposed to be there about
You
the plan?
guys don't need to come. If you want to come, I will get place settings for you, but you do not need to be there.
Would
Well, are
you like
what
us
are
to
you
be
doing?
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I don't think it's important for you to know yet.
Do you
See,
want
there's
us
the
to
word
be
yet.
there,
That's
then?
again, that doesn't answer the question of would you like us to be there to support you?
Also, you use the word yet, which means that at some point it will be important to us. Wouldn't it be important for us to know? There's only a week left. There's not a lot of time to put this
I'm very
off.
aware of our time crunch.
Just, I feel like of all of the I don't
So-
feel like it's like there's only a week, so trying to decide when we should know something isn't exactly.
Hey, Lyra.
Yes, it is important to me.
Yeah.
It's
He's lying.
after the dinner.
Wait, which sentence?
All of them.
A good proportion.
All of them.
Version of that?
Pretty much everything he's said since I'm going to get a reservation has been a lie.
Okay.
I mean, you
I-
still haven't
Let's go
answered the
with you.
question.
Let's go with you. Okay, we'll go. We'll come. I don't know
Yeah.
what this. Yeah.
To get a reservation,
Yeah.
And
To
And-
the
Okay.
thing, eh?
you can come with me to the reservation. I would rather you guys not come to the thing and we talk about it after it's done.
I feel like we should come. Wait, was that?
That is the truth.
Mm.
I just kind of feel like we should go.
You
What if
want
we-
us
Okay.
Around
sort of-
at least?
What if
Is
we
it
sort of,
dangerous?
Yeah, like we're outside the window and like peeking in.
is there a
How's
reason
that?
why you don't want? Is there a reason why you don't want us at the thing specifically?
I think if you all were there, it would turn out poorly.
Okay, can we be outside and sort of like peek in?
I think there's a good potential that that turns out poorly.
Poorly how? Like
I
the
will not
person who you're
elaborate.
Do you have are you compelled to not give us any details, or are you electing to not give us any details right now?
I am choosing not to give you any details.
That is
true?
the truth.
I don't like this. Come on, we
I
need to
know.
be like united right
That
now.
is also the truth.
So true. I agree. Let's go get a reservation.
Hey.
As you head off through the city, you eventually find a place that's open and not just like filled with people, that is relatively nice. And as you walk in, you just see a small goblin standing like off in a corner as they kind of like they're like scratching their head, and they look up when you come in, almost as if they are surprised to see you here. Very happily run their way over. Welcome. Would you like table? Only chairs?
I would like a table and chairs.
For how many?
2.
Okay.
It won't
For
be
right now?
this evening.
Oh, okay. How much you eat?
3 meals. We'll just call it there.
3
Elliot sort of
meals.
turns towards the party. Don't judge me.
I'm not. No one here's judging you.
Yeah.
Is you okay with spicy?
Yes.
Okay. I have 1 table for 2 people and 3 meals. You come back later.
Yep. Sounds good. Thank you.
This man just got a reservation to eat roadkill for dinner.
You sure did.
That's what they meant by spicy. They meant
No, you put the
finely
spice.
aged.
They're gonna put it. Finely aged is a proper, and preserved
know.
with spices.
The finely aged was sarcastic.
Oh
Oh
well.
yeah, they just
It's been ripened. It's like it's sun dried.
yes, they just threw a
Okay.
jalapeno in a raccoon's mouth.
So genuinely, just so we don't have to get into this when the dinner comes, because it is going to be hilarious. What this goblin has stumbled upon is he finds like things that have been hit by carriages coming into Isenmont, and he just covers them in spices to the point where he has unintentionally developed dry aging because he never has any customers.
Oh my god. That's beautiful. Good for him. Good for him.
Honestly.
So Elliot's gonna
That's
eat like the first dry-aged venison in all of Sylvanaria because he just happened to stop into a goblin's house.
The goblin's the only one that'll take reservations.
It's the only one who's open because nobody wants to eat in a place run by a goblin.
Yeah.
Isenmont's not exactly getting a lot of tourists recently, and everyone who lives here knows what this guy serves.
Yep.
Well, there's your reservation. Do we just want to skip to the reservation?
Could we have a bio break before the reservation? Because
We
I do want to
only
hear
have-
this, but I...
Well, I was gonna say, the other option is we can just end, and we can pick up with the reservation at the next
I
week.
think we should do
But-
that because I want to hang out with
So
my family. since I'm at
nosy.
home.
Everybody cool with that?
yeah.
Okay.
Especially because I'm at home and I want to hang out with my family a little bit.
Wow.
That's fair.
I love that for you. Could not relate.
I'm so sorry. I'm bragging. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Freaking the bragger over here. Unbelievable.
Bragging about having a family you want to hang out with. Oh, wait, I
All
see my
right,
family
everybody.
every Sunday.
Well, couldn't relate. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you to all of our wonderful players. We have Luland Bold Speaker played by.
Hi, it's me, Brambo. I like making fun of the elves for their capitalism.
Then we have Elliot Burning Oak played by.
It's Isaac, the character that raises everyone else's blood pressure by a number of points. I still don't know what those points mean, but high is bad. I think my favorite part was nearly hitting Lady Dream Shadow with a Pegasus, and then proceeding to insult her for it.
And then we have Lyra Dream Shadow played by.
Hello, I'm Rosie when Rosie sees us on the internet. And my favorite part about today was Karak taking his test. I think that was really
And then we have News and World Walker played by.
It's me, the Sky T. As usual, I love arguing with Elliot, but also the wildly waffling, like, Elliot and Newsom could not decide whether they got along or they were fighting this episode, and I find that to be hilarious.
So true.
And last but not least, we have Karak Kareem played by.
Hello, it's Dominion Link VT, and my favorite part was Miss Dream Shadow telling Lulin to let their hair down and actually take a break, and it just became them just laying on the floor, splayed out, just finally.
Just actually taking a break.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually doing.
Yeah,
Actually
because
getting it done.
Lula's terrified of his Dream Shadow.
Mhm.
He's gonna
As
listen
you
to
should
her.
be. Yeah.
That's true. Everyone is scared of Miss Dream Shadow except for Elliot. Now, there's something to be said there about the line between bravery and foolishness. So, but that's a line we can try and cross another day. There is the raid message for everyone. I'm going to send everyone on off to Mythic Duo doing art. You go from an art stream to a D&D stream, and now you're going back to an art stream.
Huzzah!
That tour, that raid
triangle
message
of
is
life.
in the chat. The tour is arriving. Have a wonderful rest of your night. I'd love to say you're not going to see me till next Monday, but odds are you're going to see me sooner than that because I have ideas for things I want to try, and I have a very limited amount of time before I graduate to try them. So we're just going to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. But if you don't
Hell
see me
yeah.
here, you'll see me on YouTube because every episode of BCH is going to be up by the end of this week. I have so many just private videos that I forgot to make public.
Whoops.
It's going to be like 5 or 6 a day. Or it'll be 30 all at one time. I really haven't decided how much I want to flood the Discord yet. But the raid is going out anyways. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And until I see you again, whenever that may be, Sunday, Monday, or next year, don't do anything I wouldn't do. The bar is a tripping hazard in hell, and like my dog, I'm going right the fuck over it. Have a wonderful night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye,